Hey guys, happy Wednesday. It's Joe. It's time for Pikkit with Joe. We've only got 2 games on the slate today, but a couple opportunities to definitely make some money into get today's games as I just jump in. Matt, thank you for being here today. So you guys, let's look at these 2 games on the board, and congratulations to my Calgary Flames getting the win over the Anaheim Ducks. I'm not impressed, you guys. Calgary got that win. We got the over in that game. Some nice money makers yesterday. The Rangers not winning, though, versus the Canes. Man, that one hurt. And the Minnesota Wild getting the win over the Devils. I tell you, both of those games, I really did expect the other team to come out strong. We got nice wins with the Capitals in that first period as well, them coming out good. The first period's been definitely making us some money, and you know we're riding the Coyotes in some way, somehow today in this one versus the Edmonton Oilers. We'll jump to that in a minute. Yeah, we got that overtime. I tell you, that last 3 minutes when that game got tied up by the Devils, I was sitting there and I could hardly even look at my TV. I was so nervous to get that one to overtime because I believe that one paid us plus 350 to get to OT yesterday. So definitely a great moneymaker in that one. Go Knights, go. Yeah, your Vegas Golden Knights are doing phenomenal. Big shout out to Kenny, Matt, those Rangers. Yeah, the Rangers. That hurt me last night. Plus 2.5. Yeah, I think the Coyotes. So let's first talk about the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Colorado Avalanche. It is the first game of the night, 8 o'clock Eastern in this one. Pittsburgh Penguins coming in here at plus 140, minus 165 for the Colorado Avalanche. Now, the Avs are rolling incredibly hot right now. They've won their last 6 games. Impressive win over the Chicago Blackhawks, but again, it's the Chicago Blackhawks. They got the shutout win 5-0. They've got a really easy schedule, and this is kind of a little bit of a fear for me. They have 2 games versus the Coyotes on deck. Now, they're sitting nice and third in the Central here. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins fighting for their lives here, sitting 5th in the Metro. They did win the last matchup back in February. It was a 2-1 win. Tristan Jarry expected in for the Pittsburgh Penguins, and Georgiev expected here for the Colorado Avalanche. So when I look at this matchup, we have a stronger defense in Colorado. Colorado has been really lighting up the net as of late. We know the Pittsburgh Penguins have been completely struggling. They've lost their last 4. They've been able to keep some tight. They've been able to keep a majority of the games tight versus Colorado as well. They're off a loss on Monday versus the Senators in a game I really thought that they should win. And they have the Stars on deck on Thursday. So their schedule's not getting any easier after this game. Now, while I do think Colorado is the better team here, I'm looking for a way to make some money with the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight because I do think that they have a stronger game than what we've seen out of them in their last couple. Looking at their team total, hitting their team total over 2.5 is coming in at minus 140, and I don't hate that. I do expect this team to be able to find the back of Georgiev's net tonight. I think offensively, this team, if they want to win this one, they have to really get past Colorado's defense. So I will be writing their team total over. I'm also going to look at that first period. First period over 1.5 is minus 136. It is essential for the Penguins to come out strong to start this game. And I do think both of these teams come out strong. We know how strong Colorado has been offensively, averaging like 1 million, it seems like, goals per game in their last couple. So I do think we have a higher scoring first period. Both teams to score in the first period, plus 170 if you have enough faith. I'm going to sprinkle on that, both teams to score, because I do think there's an opportunity for the Penguins to score in that first period. And you guys know when I'm looking at these games where I do think the one team is going to step up, play a little bit better, looking for those quick early goals out of them normally cashes for us. So give me the Penguins team total over 2.5. The first period over 1.5 at minus 136. Both teams to score at plus 170. And you guys know I'm sprinkling on the money line for the Penguins here. This team needs it so freaking bad. And we keep talking about teams that need it. not converting to the wins. But we've seen the Avs just rolling so hot, winning their last 6. I could see this being a letdown spot for them here in this one. Now, I do think the over 6.5 has to come cashing in, because we're going to have 2 teams. We're going to see strong offenses out of both of these teams, even though we've got good goaltending. I do think this is a 4-3 style game in this matchup. Now, goal scorers, I definitely am looking at Sidney Crosby for that anytime goal. Here, he's coming in at plus 165. And how can we go wrong with Nathan McKinnon? Cale Makar is still listed as day-to-day. Nathan McKinnon coming in here at minus 116. So tons I like in this one, you guys. Avs in 60 at plus 100. I don't hate the Avs in 60. I struggle to see this one going to OT. I do think this is a tight game, though. And that's where I have an issue with this game, not taking the Avs on that puck line, because I know a couple people out there are thinking puck line for the Avs tonight. I just don't see it. I think this is a 3-4 game. I don't think it's 3-4 in OT, though. We get that high scoring, especially first period. Okay, let's talk about those Arizona Coyotes taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Now, the Coyotes are on the back-to-back, and they lost last night in a game they actually played really solid defensively to the Jets. They lost that one 2-1. Now, looking at their schedule ahead of them, they have the Avs on deck for 2 games, Friday and Sunday, and then they face the Oilers again back at home. So we know we're going to get the best game out of the Arizona Coyotes in Arizona. But can they somehow pull off an upset here versus the Edmonton Oilers? Well, they're on a back-to-back, so that is one huge thing against them. But they've covered the puck line as an underdog in their last 8 games. So they have been keeping these games tight. You can get them plus 2.5 at minus 110. Now, before we jump right into taking that, let's look at the Edmonton Oilers. Let's look at their schedule. Now, Skinner expected here for them. Not confirmations yet. We're seeing likely, but my books are giving me odds on him, so I really do think we're going to see Skinner. Normally, when the books are giving you those odds, that's what we're going to get. So the Oilers won the last matchup 8-2. The previous one, they covered the puck line too. These haven't been close games when they play the Colorado or play the Arizona Coyotes. They're not tight fought battles. With the Coyotes, they seem to dominate this matchup. Now, my only concern here for the Edmonton Oilers is they won their last 4 games. They won their last 5 at home. Monday, the Sharks, they had to take to overtime. They took San Jose Sharks to overtime, you guys. That was a 5-4 win for the Edmonton Oilers. They're letting these goals come in quick by lower opponents, and then they're playing kind of like a catch-up game. Looking at Edmonton when they go down is a perfect live betting situation, because they are getting these wins. They're coming in at minus 450 right now, so we can't take them in any value here to take them to start. When I look at their schedule, Vegas is on deck and on the road. So they got to hit the road. Or no, sorry, Vegas is on deck at home, and then they have to hit the road. And then they face the Coyotes, and then they have Vegas and the LA Kings on deck. So Coyotes now, then Vegas, then Coyotes, Vegas, and Kings. Which games are going to be the easiest ones for them? Definitely the 2 against the Coyotes. Divisional matchups with the other opponents. So this is a classic Edmonton look-ahead spot. The Arizona Coyotes, like Benji was saying, taking them plus 1.5 or plus 2.5 definitely has so much value. Now, looking at that first period, because we know Edmonton, less things go in the first period. Over 1.5 is minus 160. So no value there. I'm not sure if I feel comfortable enough getting both teams to score in this one in the first period. While I do think Arizona could come in strong in that first period, kind of worries me a little bit. So give me the over 1.5. But we did see the Sharks get a goal last night in that first period, and Edmonton cashing us that ticket. But the highest scoring period of that game was that second period. So playing around with that a little bit, you guys. Clayton Keller of the Arizona Coyotes, he has been scoring goals after goals. So looking at him for that anytime goal is plus 185. Now, Connor McDavid, you're going to pay a ton of juice for him to get that anytime goal. He's looking for his 60th goal tonight. Will it come tonight? Maybe. How much time are they going to put Connor McDavid on the ice tonight is another question mark if Edmonton gets up nice and fast. Saving him to face Vegas definitely would be a smarter thing to do here. But I do think we look at this one. We take the over 1.5, or actually take it up to 2. If you take it over 2, extend that first period, you're getting great value on the over 2. You might push, but really doubtful that you push. I do think this is probably a 2-1 first period, if not a 3-0 first period here for the Edmonton Oilers. So taking that over 2. Okay. Yeah, picks from Dave. Very, very small card today, and we've got a trust in the Oilers and the Coyotes to get us some money. Never a good day when you have to do that. Over 2.5 shots at -130. That is a nice prop there for sure. Avs in 60, Coyotes +1.5 at +155. You're getting +155 at +1.5. I like that. That's definitely value. I do think they keep it tight in this one. If you take it up to that 2.5, you guys, you're getting that at -110. Yeah, lots of money coming in on the Penguins in this one. Coyotes are doormats of the league. Should be an easy win. It should be, the Oilers normally beat them. So I do think the Coyotes keep it tight. I just don't trust Vegas in this situation with the schedule ahead of them. So let's, that's it. That's it for today. There's some really interesting, though, goalie props here. So Connor Ingram, we have goalie props for the Arizona Coyotes. Now, we know Edmonton averages 33.3 shots on goal per game. The Arizona Coyotes defense is absolutely terrible. They are allowing 35.7 shots on goal per game. Looking at Connor Ingram tonight, his save shots on goal, though, is 33.5. So we'd have to expect Edmonton to put up about 40 shots on him. How many is he going to let in? Well, the last time he let in 8, I believe it was him in December in goal. So 8 goals were scored on that game. I don't know. 33.5 is not a number I want to touch on Connor Ingram. We look at Skinner, though. 33.5 save shots on goal tonight. We have an Arizona Coyotes team that is only averaging 25.8, but the Edmonton Oilers are allowing these shots to come in. They allow 31.8. I do think the Coyotes, we could expect 26, 27 shots on goal tonight. And we just need Skinner to save 3 of those. I do think looking at Skinner's save shots on goal over 23.5, Edmonton's defense isn't going to take the Coyotes seriously tonight. So I do think Skinner can go over those save shots. We'll see the Coyotes get enough shots in that one. I wish there was player props, goalie props out for Tristan Jarry. We just don't have confirmation for goalies. Yeah, still no confirmation for goalies between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Arizona Coyotes. So you guys, what I'm liking, again, Penguins team total over 2.5. I do think both teams to score in that first period between the Penguins and the Avs is the Penguins' best chance in this game to come out strong. I think we get their best play in that first period. So give me both teams to score at +170. First period over 1.5 at -136. And the team total of the Penguins over 2.5 at -140. I lean on the full game over. I like Sidney Crosby for an anytime goal and Nathan McKinnon. And then the Coyotes versus Oilers. I got to grab the Coyotes +2.5 at -110. I would take the over 2 in that first period, so you're not paying all of that juice. And look at Clayton Keller for an anytime goal at +185. Again, all of your props on Edmonton are so highly juiced in this one. Couldn't find any value. But Skinner over 23.5 save shots on goal, I do think is a solid one here, unless Skinner completely falls apart and the Arizona Coyotes win this one in a dominating fashion, which I believe not all of us would think could happen. But I do think Skinner saves over 23.5. So you guys, that's it. Light card, Heat and Knicks tonight. You know what? I have a prop in the Heat and Knicks game. You guys, my notes are so crazy here. I got so many things going on with all of these games. I was like breaking down this one forever this morning. I don't know where my notes are. I can't remember who I have in this one. I was looking, that's right. I didn't actually get a prop in this one. I was looking at Mitchell Robinson of the Knicks in tonight's matchup. And I just couldn't get there with him. I was looking at his points and rebounds. So tonight his points is sitting at 6.5. His rebounds at 7.5, minus 132 to the over though. So I was liking his rebounds. He's averaging that 9.1, but we're paying too much juice to the over in that one. For him to get the assist tonight, the yes is at plus 120. He had one assist in the last game, or the game before the last versus the Heat, but none in the other one. So I'm a little worried about him tonight, but I was looking at it. It's going to be a tight game, though. It's going to be an absolute battle on the court. I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with it as of yet. If I had to take a side, it'd probably have to be grabbing the Knicks plus the points. We're going to see phenomenal defense. So, and you guys know I hate betting those unders. Let me just see what that total is sitting at. Off the top of my head, it's right around that 220 mark between the Heat. Let me just pull it up. And the Knicks. Yeah, so the Knicks, you can actually get plus 2.5 at minus 115 now. Seeing lots of movement on that line, and that total is sitting at 224.5. I definitely like the under in that. So that is where I'd go. I'd go under, and I'd go Knicks plus the 2.5 in that one. But I really was hoping to get a prop with Mitchell Robinson in this game. So it's gonna be a good one, you guys. Yeah. Cale Makar is a phenomenal player for the Avs, but the Avs are so absolutely dominant out there. But you guys, have a good one. Keep smiling. I will join you back here tomorrow. I do have a couple of prop videos coming out for you guys in what I am liking on the court today. So there is a couple that I got to. Aaron Gordon of the Nuggets. I'm taking his rebounds over 5.5 tonight. So look for that little video. Actually, it will just be a sound clip video, but that's a minus 122 for his over on his rebounds for the Nuggets tonight. He's averaging that 6.6 in the last 5 games versus the Washington Wizards, averaging that 5.8. Last game versus the Wizards, he had 7. So I do think we're going to see a good one out of Aaron Gordon. Who else do I have tonight? Oh, I've got a long shot one for you guys, actually. If you guys want a long shot, it would be Fred VanVleet of the Toronto Raptors tonight. Over 4.5 rebounds, plus 135. And I do think he can get it. Now, like, you're taking a huge chance on him here. He averages 4.2 rebounds on the season. But we've seen the last 2 games versus the Pacers, him not be able to put up a lot of rebounds. I think he was held to 2 in both of the ones prior, but before that, he was like dominating on those rebounds. So I do think this is kind of like a turnaround spot for Fred VanVleet. We know that he's strong at getting those rebounds. Pascal Siakam, I was looking at too for kind of someone to bet in this one. He has been getting the points on the board the last game versus the Pacers. He got 26 points. Halliburton is a question mark for the Pacers tonight, game time decision. So I'm kind of waiting to get those props in to see if Halliburton will be in. But I do think Fred VanVleet over the 4.5 rebounds at plus 135 just screams value. And Pascal Siakam, I'm going to take his points over. Tonight it's 24.5 at minus 115 to the over. 7.5 rebounds is too juicy at minus 135. Otherwise, I'd hit it. His assists at 5.5 is minus 105. He's averaging that 5.9 on the season. He had 7 assists the last game versus the Pacers too. So I'll probably hit his assists over that 5.5 as well. But you guys, that's what I'm liking today. I hope you guys all have a good one. Check out those videos. Let me know what I should name the MLB show because it is coming. And we're going to be going over maybe three games a day. Something like that. Nice, short, quick show. 15-minute show, 5 minutes a pick. So guys, have a good one. We'll talk to you later. Bye now. If I know how to end my own show. Bye, guys. I just hit leave. We'll talk.